time for breakfast, just my coffee and an English muffin. They open doors at 10 o'clock. Yeah. I said I couldn't go back, but I'm driving. Just take it back if you don't like it. Keep telling myself this is it, but I'm lying. Who cares about that? I left my her some dip, a coffee maker, some rubber boots in case it rains. Yeah. I got
not to be popular. It's just I'm inspired by my brother, that reality Temple's brother, the most powerful voice on the internet, that reality Angel Snubbing Up 7. That's right, brother. I'm calling you out, brother. I'm building you. I'm putting you out there, brother. I'm shouting you out. That's my inspiration.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. President Trump has already had sit-downs with the wrong representatives of the black community. How about a real discussion with a true grassroots African American? Join and organize Operation Exodus Mississippi today, or become a supporter.
5 O'Shea shows.
Nick, selling drugs to, black people and then making some excuse about it, saying like,
I'm a product of my environment. I didn't have any other choice. When, there's plenty of other choices than selling drugs and breaking the law. And we're talking about breaking the law. We're not talking from the moral standpoint. We're talking about lawful. Okay. So again, laws have consequences. Morals are just, subjective. But when you have laws and things on paper that say, if you do this, we're going to punish you by incarcerating you, and you break them and you're dumb enough to get caught, then you're just dumb.
All right. Shout out to Reality's Temple in the building. Well, just for I got to get him on here, man. You talk about somebody polarizing. Whoa. that brother is, I'll leave that alone. Shout out to the brother, though, Justin.
And that is Brother Taalik from the Reality Temples on Earth channel. And if you get a chance to subscribe, please do subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. He's doing good work, and he wants to do good constructive things. He has good information to provide. So please do check out his channel if you get a chance.
Hey, my brother, I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person, finally. That was just amazing.
Free your mind.
My name is Greta Thunberg. I am 15 years old and I'm from Sweden. I speak on behalf of climate justice now. Many people say that Sweden is just a small country and it doesn't matter what we do. But I've learned that you are never too small to make a difference. And if a few children can get headlines all over the world just by not going to school, then imagine what we could all do together if we really wanted to. But to do that, we have to speak clearly, no matter how uncomfortable that may be. You only speak of green, eternal economic growth because you are too scared of being unpopular. You only talk about moving forward with the same bad ideas that got us into this mess, even when the only sensible thing to do is pull the emergency brake. You are not mature enough to tell it like it is. Even that burden you leave to us children. But I don't care about being popular. I care about climate justice and a living planet. Our civilization is being sacrificed for the opportunity of a very small number of people to continue making enormous amounts of money. Our biosphere is being sacrificed so that rich people in countries like mine can live in luxury. It is the sufferings of the many which pay for the luxuries of the few. The year 2078, I will celebrate my 75th birthday. If I have children, maybe they will spend that day with me. Maybe they will ask me about you. Maybe they will ask why you didn't do anything while there still was time to act. You say you love your children above all else, and yet you are stealing their future in front of their very eyes. Until you start focusing on what needs to be done, rather than what is politically possible, there is no hope. We cannot solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis. We need to keep the fossil fuels in the ground, and we need to focus on equity. And if solutions within this system are so impossible to find, then maybe we should change the system itself. We have not come here to beg world leaders to care. You have ignored us in the past, and you will ignore us again. We have run out of excuses, and we are running out of time. We have come here to let you know that change is coming, whether you like it or not. The real power belongs to the people. Thank you.
Free your mind.
Continue on this road for 31 miles.
You don't hear Black Power, Black Conscious, First Black, Black First, RBG, Comedic, all these folks. You don't hear them speaking about climate change. You hear them speaking about God. God basically gonna make everything all right. No matter what happens on the earth, you know, God is gonna deal with it. God gonna make things right. All thing we gotta do is just do what we're doing, and everything gonna be just right when we get ourselves together. So you don't hear nothing about climate change from Tariq Nasheed or Sanetta TV or Sarah Sudenseti or none of these folks, Hassan Campbell. You don't see videos by the Black Power folks because clearly they are not concerned with climate change. They have no concern whether or not climate change is real or fake. Now, I'm going to allow you to come to your own conclusion. I'm going to give you very, very simple analogy, and you decide whether it's climate change is real or fake news. And should we be concerned? Now, if you think America is going to fall, if you think that the earth is going to be destroyed or you don't have a future, well, then you don't have to worry about climate change. But if you are talking about, like Boyce Watkins, if you're talking about generational wealth, if you're talking about building an African school, if you're talking about having a future in America with your enemies, or even going to Africa, because climate change affects Africa, it affects Asia, it affects even the Antarctic, it affects this earth, period, if it is real. If climate change is not real, you don't have to worry about nothing. It's business as usual. We want to answer the question, is climate change real? I'm not going to tell you my position. I'm just going to explain something to us. I heard that the scientific community agrees that climate change is real. Those who have no scientific background says that climate change is not real. Those with no scientific background. You have a few, but in general, I heard that the scientific community around the world has finally decided to say that this is real. They could be wrong. So what? Just because they are scientists, just because they have a little knowledge, they could be wrong. We talked about, so that's a possibility. It's a possibility that the scientists, the biologists, they don't know what they're talking about. You got birds dying off. You got and when small animals and insects are not reproducing and they're dying off in unusual numbers, this is much like when the miners used to go into the coal mines and they would take a little canary bird with them, and the toxic gases in the mine would kill the bird first before it got toxic enough to start killing human beings. So as you go into a cave or into a mine with the little canary bird will fall over because the fumes are at a level that it'll kill the bird. But when you notice the bird die, you got a chance to get out before the gases get toxic enough to start killing human beings. What made me want to talk about this subject also is that there was a little Caucasian girl I saw in a video, and maybe you saw that video also. She was speaking to the president, the G Summit, some type of world leaders, I believe. They let her speak to these leaders at the G Summit meeting, I believe, that President Trump just attended. And she was speaking her heart out. She was really, really upset. And to make a long story short, what she basically was saying and telling these world leaders, they need to stop tripping and stop playing around when it comes to climate change. She told them, you need to stop being so damn greedy over material things. Woo, go ahead, little young Caucasian teenage girl. Because your actions, your activity is gonna cause all of us to be extinct. And when you're dead, all that material stuff that you lie for, you die for, you go to war over, you destroy the earth, this planet, and rape the earth over, you're not going to be able to enjoy it anyway. This is what she was telling these world leaders. So we need to find out, does this little young girl, it makes no difference what her race is, that's a race thing, I'm not a racist. This young lady, teenage young person, does she have a right of concern? Because in her speech, she was like, I'm a young person, this is gonna affect my future and the future of my children. She believes this. Now, is this a real concern this young lady should have? Or is this fake news, this some mumbo jumbo? Well, let's talk about it real quick. I'm gonna let you decide. The first thing I wanna present to you, I'm going to present to you something that you should have learned in simple biology, science. The rules of cause and effect. Whatever you cause, there's going to be an effect. the rules of cause and effect. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Remember these things now. This is the law of our reality here. Cause and effect. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, I'm going to give you I want you to keep that in mind. I'm going to give you something very, very simple. And you come to your own answer. Is climate change real or is it fake news? Check this out. Now listen. Listen carefully. And I want you to see where I'm coming from with this. Now listen. You are in a room and the door is closed. You're having a good time. You're watching TV. Now, when we think about climate change, we're thinking about, the earth, the condition of the earth, the climate of the earth, the changing of the environment on the earth. We're gonna put that on a real small scale so that you can understand. The room, you are in a room, minding your own business, watching TV, enjoying your favorite show, drinking your glass of Kool-Aid. Now, somebody enters the room, okay? Another person enters the room. Now, I want you to understand that the TV and the air and the sofa you're sitting on, all this is your climate. This is your climate. Now, other people are entering your space. They're entering your room. Somebody has a cigarette and they are smoking. Somebody else has a radio that they're playing. Somebody else has some unknown liquid that they're juggling around. And the person that's juggling this unknown liquid, some of it spilled in your Kool-Aid, making your Kool-Aid, now you can't drink your Kool-Aid. Somebody with a radio is messing up your ability to listen to your favorite television program. You are allergic to tobacco, cigarettes, somebody is smoking, and it's causing you to cough. Remember, the law of cause and effect. So now you have your Kool-Aid, somebody that messed around and spilled some crap in your Kool-Aid, you can't drink it. You can't hear your favorite program, and you can't hardly breathe because somebody's smoking. These people have caused climate change. See? Very simple to understand. Very simple to understand, brothers and sisters. They have caused climate change. Now that you understand climate change, understand what is happening to the earth. Now, somebody told me, or I saw a video, somebody was saying there's no such thing as climate change because the earth knows how to respond to certain things. And that's true. They was giving an example of the ice age, how the earth came out of the ice age and all that kind of stuff. But this is something that you must consider that the Ice Age happened over a period of thousands of millions of years. You're dealing with a situation that is not natural. Millions and millions of vehicles, cars, trucks, airplanes that are putting chemicals into the air, into the environment that the earth cannot handle. It's coming, the poisons are coming into the atmosphere faster than the earth can handle. And those things, see, this is another thing that you must understand. Plant life is a natural filter for the earth. But all over the world, forests and other plant life is being destroyed. So that means you have less filters on the earth, but you're spewing more and more toxic chemicals into the atmosphere. You have people drilling holes and poisoning fresh water. Airplanes and trucks and buses and whatever is constantly putting chemicals in the air. Your environment, the earth cannot handle all these toxins naturally. These are unnatural events. Just like when you're trying to watch your TV and here comes somebody with a cigarette smoking and somebody come in and they fart. Technical difficulties, of course. Okay, so we're looking at climate change. So, somebody is farting and stinking up your room, changing your climate, and you go get some aerosol that is not natural, and you spray that in your room. The only thing you're doing is covering up a symptom, and you're not dealing with the cause. This cause is changing the environment. It's causing climate change. Now, here's something else you must take into consideration. Your body is like Earth. You can go donate some of your blood. You can donate some of your blood to somebody else. But you have to be careful how much blood you take. Because if you take too much blood, it's going to cause you to have some problems. But you can afford for somebody to take a little bit of your blood because it can be replenished. Your body will make new blood. They take oil, they take other things out of the earth that took millions and millions of years to create. And if you get a little of it, it might not cause any real harm. But as you know, this is a 24-hour thing. They are constantly taking oil and all these other things out of the earth. And it's like your body, it's like a building. You take certain things out of a house, and that house is going to crumble. Take too much blood out of your body, you're going to die. Going back to, for every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Going back to the laws of cause and effect. You're taking from the earth, you're poisoning the earth, and you think there's not going to be an effect. You think there's not going to be a reaction. Because, like the young lady says, because of material greed. And because it's a slow process. But little by little, and see, there's something else you must understand. Once you get to the point of no return, oh man, you don't, right now, you might have a chance to reverse things. But once it gets to the point of no return, it's a done deal. You think all these natural disasters and the unusual weather, you think you've been going through some stuff right now. When it gets to the point of no return, and this is something that you must understand, and the young lady understands this. The earth is not going to go nowhere. It's going to be able to recover and do what it has been doing for thousands of years. You and me, on the other hand, you're going to die. You are going to die because you are creating an atmosphere that you was not designed to live in. There are plants and animals that are not going to die. Matter of fact, you might be making it even better for them. A lot of animals, a lot of plants are going to die, but a lot of plants and animals are going to just adopt real fast like they've been doing for thousands of years. The human being is not going to be able to do that because you're complex as far as intelligence is concerned, but biologically, you cannot change that fast. You're not going to be able to change with the mess that climate change has caused. So, is climate change real or is it fake? You can believe whatever you want to believe. We are going to see in real time. People always call me old. I'm glad I'm old because those of you who are young and your children's children, they're going to find out in real time whether it's not. So all your riches, like the young lady said, all your money, all your gold, we need the resources, all your uranium, everything that you got. It's not gonna mean nothing when you're dead. And that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. You're on your way to self-destruction. The only thing these pro-blacks can think about is race garbage. The white man do this and the white man do that. Because they want to take the place, they want to rape the earth just like the cracker do. They want to rape the earth. They want the resources. They want the oil. Hey, Sister Karen, how you doing? They are nothing but rapists. They don't give a damn about the earth either. But this is all we got, y'all. This is all we got. You mess this up, and we're dead people. We're done. So I just gave you, in very simplistic, a child can understand about climate change. Now, if you don't think that is real,
in 2.5 miles,
that's your business.
Take US 160 into Means.
But time is showing you, little by little, you cannot continue to put poison in the air, poison in the water, destroying your environment, this climate, and you think there's not going to be repercussions. Your black power not gonna mean nothing. Your going back to Africa not gonna mean nothing when you're dead. You will be going right back to the earth, right back to the soil. And like Minister Farrakhan always say, if you can't do no good on top of the earth, maybe you do better under the earth. Your decision. All your gold, all your resources, all this stuff that y'all fighting and dying and giving value to don't mean a damn thing when you're dead. And that's what I wanted to bring that to us tonight. It's a whole lot bigger. All this stuff that we're doing, I want to fight for my freedom. I want to fight for my own nation. I want this, I want that. All that don't mean nothing if you're dead. All that don't mean nothing when you're extinct. You're gonna do all that hard work
in a half mile.
And because your climate
turn right in 850 feet.
And because your climate has been changed for the worse, it's not gonna mean nothing. Like Elijah Muhammad said, take it or let it alone.
60 minutes and then turn right in 850 feet.
Take it or let it alone. It's your business. I just want to put that out there, and it should be a concern of ours.
In 600 feet.
So on that note, y'all,